I feel giggly because I can't laugh. That's the worst.
Alright, so today I'm going to be talking about the impacts of cellular devices. Um, there are nearly 7 billion people in the world that have phone subscriptions. This equates to nearly 95.5% of America. Alright, so throughout my presentation, I'm going to be talking about three things: the advancements of cell phones, the benefits of cell phones, and some of the downfalls that they have. Alright, so I care about this because I feel like people abuse their cell phones a lot. They don't really use full advantage of them, and they often do things like text and drive or things that aren't really beneficial to them when they could be using them for better things. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is cell phone capabilities. Here's a picture from going old to new, like the rotary phones from cell phones from now, which is an amazing advancement from going from dialing a phone to going on the internet from a phone. Cell phones are such a nice piece of equipment because they are easily accessible. They're only about $100 a month, and you can almost get one for free from Verizon or AT&T. They allow us to do things like texting, which paging wasn't really that great. So texting allows us to talk to people all day long. And they can go on the internet, which is a great thing because if you need to go on the internet when you're on the run or in the car, you can do that with a cell phone. Alright, so another great thing about cell phones is their versatility. They're extremely lightweight. All these cell phones can pretty much weigh about the same as that. They're really compact, which all of these ones can almost stack up to the size of that one in the 80s. Their battery life is really great, which is about a day or almost 2 days in some cases, which this one is only about 2 hours. And their specifications: when we went to the moon in the 1960s, it would take an entire room to encompass the amount of power that a cell phone has today. So that's a really great thing about cell phones today. Another great thing is internet accessibility. This allows us to have access to things like social media via Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, things like that. We also have access to gaming like Angry Birds and Fruit Ninja. We've all played games like that. They're very fun. We also have access to the app market, which gives us things like YouTube, Google Maps, and Angie's List, things like that we can find businesses on. And we can also do banking nowadays, where you can take a picture of your check and send it into your bank, and they can actually cash it for you, which is a revelation compared to a couple of years ago. Alright, another benefit of cell phones is the health and fitness industry. We actually have a cell phone microscope now that you can connect to your iPhone or Android, where you see the guy looking at his skin hair follicles through his cell phone, so I thought that was pretty cool. You can do it for nutritional awareness. I know I've done it before, where you can input your calories and food and workout cycles on your phone, and it'll keep track of it for you. And you can also use it for exercise motivation. It's actually shown that people who listen to music or have a cell phone on them while they're working out actually work out harder and longer, so that's another benefit. Alright, and social media. Social media allows us to develop a belonging in society where we can, if someone's not as social, they can have friends on there or things like that, where they don't have to be in a social setting, not exactly. We can maintain family relationships via Facebook. I know I've maintained various family relationships through Facebook over long distances. And you can also develop an identity where you can post things that people can like and develop a following almost of a sort. Alright, and access to information. We have things like YouTube, where you can look up various things on for classes and things like that. Yellow Pages, where you can see the businesses and hours and things like that. And you can also do Google Maps on your phone, where you don't need a Garmin or a navigation device to find where you are, which is very useful. Alright, so now that we've discussed all of the positive benefits that cell phones bring to the table, we can discuss some of the negative ones, which is usual in an invention that is brought into society like this. Texting and driving is one of the most major things that cell phones are a lost to society for. The things that we have in cars now called hands-free are actually shown to be just as bad as handheld devices because it requires such a mental capacity to text and drive, even to talk and drive. There are over 1.6 million accidents a year, which is almost nearly equivalent to drunk driving, which is a problem of epidemic proportions, really. And another downfall is cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is such a problem because there's many unique forms. You can do it on any social media site or any instant messaging site. More than half of all students will be bullied. This is a staggering statistic, which is very harmful to me. We have face-to-face versus online. In online bullying, there's really no consequences to a bullier because hardly anybody ever intervenes in online bullying, and this is such a problem because in face-to-face, you'll often get people that'll intervene or help you out, but this doesn't happen online. And some factors that make it so easy are just that nobody can do anything to them, really. They can say anything they want. Their parents don't know anything about them. Nobody knows anything about it except the two people, so that's what makes it so dangerous. Alright, and I hope I've taught you a lot about the benefits and the downfalls of texting and driving, as well as some information to help you use your cell phones to your usage. I would like to thank you for listening, and that's it.